Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with Derek Carr and the Oakland Raiders. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, we're good. We're good. 180.
Carr going to throw. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Well, that's tough. You come in here, you dial up that pass play on the first play from scrimmage and get it picked.
And you know, coaches always talk about we prepare for every eventuality. You don't even mention this as a possibility when you dial up that play, right? Instead, they throw a pick, and now they're behind the 8 ball on the road to get things going.
A first carry for Amir Abdullah. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
And there's the first tackle of the game for Carl Joseph. He's one of those safeties that you can utilize in any way you want. But I will have to say, I think the number one thing he does best is tackle.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Rip right.
A toss to Abdullah.
Run!
He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he gets this one down to the 24. A gain there of 21 yards. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
Throw left side on target to Thielen. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule.
To high. 180. 25's the mic. You got nothing today. You got nothing.
From the 17, Cousins. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. From the gun, here's Cousins. Looking for Murphy, and he finds him complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Marcus Murphy, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. Dan Bailey now for the extra point. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Vikings 7, Raiders 0. Dan Bailey set to kick off.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 33-yard line.
Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over.
Not the start that they were hoping for. The interception on the first play of the game. It leads to 6 points the other way. How do you rebound from here?
Yeah, a little bit of humor. Got to laugh that one off, and not the ha-ha, that was very funny, but kind of like, can you believe that just happened? Let's go out and play now. Let's just start over.
A good pickup there, 21 yards. Carr now on first down. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw again, Carr. The pass complete to Ryan Grant. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. Past the 20, 10, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Hey, that's the way to finish. That's the way to finish.
And this defense looking like they have come to play. The pick six, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski. That's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that'll make the score 14-0.
Vikings 14, Raiders 0. Dan Bailey to kick off for Minnesota.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. It's a gain of 34.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
39-yard line.
Like, he's coming. 22's coming. Hey, we're good. We're good. All right, AD.
Now on 2nd and 13. Carr got his man. That's Tyrell Williams. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
It's a gain of 17
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Now Carr. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line.
It's got to the point where we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right.
Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. He's already topped his receiving output from a week ago, and we're just in the first quarter as that's a first down.
First and goal, Raiders.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now Carr on the bootleg. That's going to be caught by Williams for a Raiders touchdown. Tyrell Williams, his second touchdown on the season. And the Raiders have cut it back to within a score. Here's Phil Dawson now for the point after. And that one makes it 14-7.
Makes the score Vikings 14, Raiders 7. Good Dawson set to kick off.
After the touchdown, it's Dawson on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 14-yard line.
Three buzz, three buzz, three buzz.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. It's caught by Bryant. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
Hey, 59. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Check 59. Mike is 59. 59. I'm coming.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. Flushed out right. Lets it fly for Thielen. It got his man complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. How about a 39-yard pickup? They'll take it. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Gun. Play. Wide. Hot.
Throwing is Cousins. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Put them on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus. Here we go.
Again, it's Cousins. Flush to his right. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He rolled out of the pocket right, and I think he wanted a little something more out of that play, obviously. Instead, he hit a safety valve.
It looked like two well-coached teams there, even though there was no yardage gain, because the offensive guys, hey, they realized their quarterback was out of the pocket. All the receivers went to the right spots, tried to get in his sight line, tried to open themselves up. Just nowhere to go where they could gain yardage. How about the defensive guys, though? Did not lose leverage and kept their poise and made a really nice play.
3rd and long for Cousins. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Murphy. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Cousins to throw for it on 4th. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
That's another Vikings first down. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. To the air again, it's Cousins. He'll have a 1st down inside the 10. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Tighten up. Pull it together. Hey, 25's the mic. We're going 25's the mic. Watch it. No, easy.
Cousins again. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Even. 4 down. Even.
They'll throw again. Cousins. Stepping, and he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown.
Give me the ball.
Kirk Cousins with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Here's Bailey now for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Dan Bailey to kick off for Minnesota.
Riley now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
Let's go.
A reminder, coming up later tonight, a lot of buzz about this game. The Browns, they've been doing some travel. Back-to-back primetime games for them. Monday night they were in New York. Now the Browns head to Los Angeles to take on the NFC champs, Browns and Rams, an 8:20 kickoff Eastern time, 5:20 in California. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard.
Let's go, defense.
Carr again here on 2nd and 10. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Carr now to throw. That's complete to his tight end. This is Lance Kendricks. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Again, they'll throw with Carr. Throw right side, complete to Williams. A gain of 6 there on 1st. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Carr. Over the middle, he's got Tyrell Williams. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
1st down, Raiders.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's out. Smith lost it. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Harrison Smith. They were trying to go to Brown once again. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
And now out comes Minnesota. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Dancing to his left. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it?
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. The defensive end, Danielle Hunter, drops him.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Now Carr. He's going deep for Brown. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. It'll be a gain of 7, but I'd imagine we'll see the punt team here on 4th down. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. Well, what's the plan of attack here? Very late second quarter, and look where the ball is.
Yeah, a bad spot for you. But the defense has all 3 timeouts. So what you're telling your team is ball security number 1. It's not all on the running backs if you decide to run the football. That offensive line has got to protect them and wedge out some space because you can't just kneel. They take 3 timeouts. They're going to get the ball back in good field position with a chance to put points on the board. You got to try and get a first down and run out this first half.
Play fake. Cousins. And that'll be incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. 3rd down here.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And they work this out past the 25. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. On 1st and 10, Cousins. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Now Cousins. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Check Mike, 54.
From the gun, here's Cousins. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. On now to kick it away is the punter, Matt Weil. Back deep, Antonio Brown. So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota with the Vikings on top. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Phil Dawson set to kick off.
The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Cousins and the Vikings with a first and 10 at their own 27. Second half starts with a run by Abdullah. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
I can't believe they even let you.
Cousins. And Rudolph has it left side. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
Let's go, baby.
23 yards on the play. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Listen to me. Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Son,
let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
Hey, can. Check, Mike.
A first down throw for Cousins. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings.
Score.
Adam Thielen, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Bailey got the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Carr and the Raiders come up first and 10 at about the 32. Now Carr. Caught left side, Williams. And he's got room. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Brought in over the middle by Grant. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that?
Bang.
First down. Here's the run with Martin. There goes Martin, first down and more. And he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Richard on the toss. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Jalen Richard, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit. Extra point try now for Dawson. It's up and good, and it's now 28-14. After the touchdown, it's Dawson on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Here we go.
Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Cousins and the Vikings with a first and 10 at their own 22.
Gun. Baby, I got you. I got you.
Hey, 25's the mic. We're going. 25's the mic. Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come out here. Come get some. Here.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Cousins now to throw on first down. He'll find Thielen working the middle. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Tried to go back again to Adam Thielen, but it's going to be second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. Cousins to throw it. And he rifles one incomplete. Well, those two have hooked up for a touchdown once already in this game, that time unable to find the completion.
Yeah, it just appeared they wanted to get him out into open space and try and get him the football. As you mentioned, unable to connect.
The Vikings on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is third and 10.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Off the play fake, Cousins. Escaping the pressure right. He finds Roberts, complete. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
And now it's the punter Weil on as he sends this one away. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Raiders will take over now first and 10.
Their own 26-yard line.
Carr and the Raiders come up first and 10 at their own 26. Shotgun now for Carr. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
On second down now, Richard. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Richard. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's second and 8. Now Carr. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, You're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45.
He's coming. Check him. Check him. Check pass. Check pass.
From the gun, it's Carr. Williams loses the football, and the Vikings pick up the football. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Cousins now after the fumble recovery. It's caught by Bryant. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards, the final tally. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Cousins now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
I'm not quite sure how he wasn't able to hold on to that one in the end zone. A great opportunity lost, but a lot of relief for the defensive guys. When they get into film next week, they're going to want to know what happened. Where was the breakdown that almost allowed a touchdown?
A second down throw for Cousins. Eluding the pressure right. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone, and they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
25's the mic. Come on, D. Hey, 25's the mic. We're going 25's the mic. Target.
They'll throw again. Cousins. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And he'll go down at the 28. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. This will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short, and this score will stay right where it is. Now this one now not over yet, Charles. You've got a sliver of hope on that other sideline.
You certainly do, because that would have made it a 3-score game, and that probably would have been curtains at that point. But now if they can get down the field quickly and somehow get the ball back one more time, we may have a different ball game.
Derek Carr, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks for the Raiders last year, and they only won 4 games total, so they've got some experience dealing with tight ones. And my goodness, another interception. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Cousins. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. First down. Here's Cousins. He'll rifle this one deep, and the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, Vikings. Kirk Cousins with 3 touchdown passes now in the afternoon. And the interception by the Vikings D leads to a touchdown. Bailey now for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Makes the score Vikings 35, Raiders 14. Dan Bailey to kick off for Minnesota.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Let's go, let's go.
34-yard line.
Carr and the Raiders come up first and 10 at the 34.
So don't say nothing.
Check safety, check safety.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Throw right side into the hands of Foster Moreau. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their...
Richard lost it. And the Vikings pick up the football. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth
quarter. You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. They come up in an offset eye. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? First and goal. Here's Murphy. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. Call it no gain, and it's going to be second and goal.
At the 1-yard line.
They'll come out in the pistol. Another shot from the 1 on second and goal. Now here's Murphy.
Rush in.
And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
It's now third and goal.
They've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal? Murphy trying to pick it up on the ground. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Marcus Murphy, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Vikings capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at the 34. On play action, it's Carr. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Vikings pick up the football. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. And I don't know that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they move this all the way down to the 9. The second quarter starts off with a bang as they snag over 30 yards. The 3 red zone trips, 3 touchdowns so far. They'll look for a 4th on 2nd and goal. They'll go with Murphy here on 1st down. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with 2nd and goal coming up.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
Fourth quarter with the lead. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Extra point try by Bailey. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Vikings 49, Raiders 14. Dan Bailey to kick off for Minnesota.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. It's a short kick, taken at the 15. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 32-yard line.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at about the 32.
Check 25. Check 25.
Carr gives to Richard. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. And now 3 drives, 3 fumbles.
What's amazing about it is when we go around and watch practices, how many times do we see them put that sleeve over a football now to make it more slippery and hard to handle? It's almost like they're playing with that sleeve on the ball right now. Was it 3 drives?
Yep.
3 fumbles?
3 fumbles.
It's time to change our luck some way, somehow. Focus, concentration. You'll hear those words on the bench in a big way right now.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Here's Murphy again. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel. but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Well, it's still a good-sized lead, so they haven't necessarily needed him, but this is now 2 missed field goals for him in this game so far.
Yeah, and the question now is, will he be prepared when they do need him? Whether that's later in this game or sometime down the line, having a kicker you can count on is definitely imperative.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
Thrown to the sideline and incomplete. It's 3rd down and 6 yards to go.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. To throw, it's Carr. And now here is another interception. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10.
At their own 46-yard line.
On 1st down, it's Murphy. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Vikings, they're into the win column now as they move to 1 and 2 on the young. Similar mark at 1 and 2. Next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.